Hi everyone, welcome to Honey Drops Tarot. This is a bonus reading for the sign of Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Pisces, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your likes, shares, and subscribes. I truly, truly appreciate it. Just a quick note, please do not fall for any scammers. I will never reach out to solicit for a private reading. I do offer private readings, and if you're interested in signing up for one of those or in making a donation, the information regarding that can be found in the About section of my YouTube page, and I thank you so much in advance. Pisces, I hope that you're doing well. This is a special bonus reading all about what your dreams are trying to tell you. And I was just doing the Cancer reading, and I told them that I had it was kind of an upsetting dream recently, and after I essentially kind of woke myself up from that dream, which felt like it was kind of weird visitation or something, I started to see a lot of what I can only describe as light codes, like hieroglyphics, something. It was something. In a way, I think it was like background programming, like spirit's background programming for my brain. I don't know, but I wanted to do these readings for you guys. So I'm going to use 3 decks for your reading today. The one for the overall energy, the wild unknown archetypes, and for your tarot reading, it's going to be tarot and oracle, and both by Catherine will sign the Oracle of Mystical Moments and the Tarot of Mystical Moments. Cards have been pre-shuffled. You know what I didn't do? I did not burn Palo Santo. So I'm going to do some of that right now to clear the energy for Pisces. Pisces. Let's see, that didn't smoke as much as I wanted it to. There we go. We're good, Pisces, we're good. Okay. So, overall energy for Pisces. What are their, thank you, what are their dreams trying to tell them? Spectacular. The threshold, it's just like the in-between, the precipice, ready to jump in with both feet. You could be having, these dreams where you can fly, or you can kind of make great bounds and leaps that are like impossible by human standards, but in your dreams you could be like a superhero. But this threshold card talks to me about you trying to problem solve in the dream state, and there could be a threshold moment in the 3D world, the material world. You could be on the precipice of starting a new relationship, ending a relationship, starting a new job, ending a job, moving, just revamping your entire life, settling down. I mean, whatever it is, you're on the brink. And you could be I see somebody actually putting a question under their pillow and then going to sleep and asking spirit for the answers to that. I think that it's really striking that there's such a difference between the color palettes, the 2 states. It feels very matrixy, right? It's like we're going from this black, white, and gray to like this world of color. Although in the Matrix, what was tricky about it was that it was a world full of color, and then he went to the space that was black, white, and gray. And just real in general, it was pretty drab. But everything's gonna change. And there's a part of you that knows it, that like kind of once you take that leap, there's no looking back. Or there could be looking back, but there's no going back. So pretty important period for you, Pisces. So I'm going to pull 3 cards for the base spread and from the Oracle deck, and 3 cards for clarifier. There's no particular spread. It's just straight message of what Spirit wants you to know at this time regarding your dreams, what your dreams are trying to tell you. Wow. When before that third card came out, I said, if this card has to do with the theme of the first two, it will be spectacular. So before I even pull the tarot, I have to show them to you. The first card, what does it say? Home in the sky. The second card, House of Flowers. The third card, A Long Way Home. I guarantee you, not every card in this deck, I mean, look how big this deck is. They don't all have to do with houses. None of them, some of them don't have to do with anything regarding any kind of buildings. Please take this as a synchronicity. If ever there was a synchronicity, it's spectacular, isn't it? Spirit does not make mistakes when I pull cards. And I always say that. I may make mistakes, Spirit doesn't make mistakes. This is incredible. I don't know what it means yet, but I'm just saying this is incredible. It's incredible. Clearly it has to do with some kind of sense of home and where you feel that home is. I feel like you're torn. Is it in the sky? Is it on the ground? Is it far away? Where is it? It could be just a sense of not feeling like you fit in. Or maybe you're kind of a vagabond, perpetual traveler, and it's this sense that you don't have, you're looking for, it's like a heart space thing. It's like you're looking for your home. And these represent physical homes, but I don't know if it's just referring to a physical home, although it could. You could be trying to move. I mean, I feel it goes deeper than that, obviously, especially with this threshold card. Because these feet are so grounded. They're even bare. Bare feet on the ground. You can't get any more home than that. Home on the earth. But maybe you're asking yourself, like, especially if in your dreams you're getting light codes from like starseed families. It's like, my real home is out there. My real home is in the Pleiades, or where, you know, these could be like real. I don't mean to be facetious about it. I literally just said to you guys that I think I was getting light codes. Like, I never got light codes before. That's not true. I think I got light codes before, but I'm not, there are people trained in light codes. Like, I'm not trained in light codes. So it just looks like symbols to me, but it's like, it literally, my dream literally looked like the Matrix. The code in the Matrix, that's what it looked like. But inside of my brain. It's crazy. But this is something, this is the theme for you right now. Where do you feel at home? Let's pull some clarifiers with the tarot. Thank you, Spirit, for all of the, oh, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Wish you were here. Okay. Pisces, you're going to be just fine. I'm a Pisces moon, so it's just like, oh gosh. But it's quite, this is beautiful energy. Beautiful. I just want to say, beautiful, beautiful. Wish you were here. That's the line from French Kiss. Okay, now I'm going to talk about that. So French Kiss is a movie from the, whatever, 90s. It's amazing. Romantic comedy with Meg Ryan and Kevin Kline. Highly, highly recommend. Basically, Meg Ryan is this character who, she's engaged to this doctor, and it's a very kind of stable life, you know. It's a very responsible relationship, and he has to go to France. He has to go to Paris on a work thing, and she doesn't want to go with him because she's afraid of flying. So he goes over, and next thing you know, he calls her and he says, I don't love you anymore. I fell in love with some model over in Paris, and we're not engaged, and goodbye. So of course she's heartbroken, because one would be heartbroken. And instead of saying F that guy, she's like, I want to win him back. So she reluctantly gets on a plane, and she's scared to death, and she meets Kevin Kline. And hilarity and chaos and everything else ensues. And everything that she thought was her home, everything that made up her sense of stability was taken from her. Her finances, her home, her person, everything was just gone. It's like all of her fears and anxieties, because her character really suffered from anxiety in this movie. She lost it all. And yet she didn't die. She wasn't destitute. She still had herself. She still had her wits. And she falls in love with, I'm totally spoiling the movie, but it doesn't matter. You're never going to watch it. But you really should. And she realizes her home is somewhere else. So that could be something about, there's something to that for you, Pisces. It's like the stability that you may have idealized for yourself. It could be changing. It could be morphing. It could be less than stable, right? This is the stability, and then this is the unknown. But the most growth that ever happened in her life, that character's life, was when she threw everything that ever made her feel safe out the window. And her ex-fiance, when she runs into him again, he literally says the line, it's like someone turned a light on inside of you. Why wasn't it me? The sun. I didn't plan that segue, but it just felt right when I did it. I'm telling you, I love reading tarot. I love when Spirit gives me those good nuggets. Who is turning on the light inside of you, Pisces? Or are you doing it for yourself? Are you trying to do it for yourself? You know, this card, it actually seems rather drab in terms of its color palette, but the birds are very colorful. But it is, compared to this sun card, it is rather drab. And here we have this bird in front of the eye. It's almost like making friends with this energy and reinventing ourselves. Like we're not abandoning ship. We're not abandoning everything we knew, but we're taking the best parts of our experience and like getting a makeover. Not that there's anything wrong with you, but again, kind of growth happens at the edge and beyond. Growth happens in the discomfort. So I'm like really wanting to have you ask yourself, is the light within you turned on? And if it's not, why isn't it? Are you looking to someone else to turn that light on inside of you, or are you looking to yourself to turn it on? Can I get a clarifier for the sun card, please? Thank you, Spirit. Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords can be worry. It can be pain. It can be this idea that we're being judged. I'll have you note how beautiful and full the sun is back here. It's like you're on the precipice of turning around and facing it. Even this looks like solar flare, doesn't it? Now that I look at it, solar flare. That could be relevant to you. Schumann resonance, if you've ever heard of that, could be relevant to you. What it's going to take for this light to turn on inside of you is this release of all of this anxiety and this worry and this fear of judgment and this need for affirmation. Provide that for yourself. Look at how gorgeous this character is. So poised. This is really stunning. But it's almost like their eyes are closed to their own beauty. And it's time, right? And you may feel shy about it. Like, who, me? Yeah. But this is the hurdle right now. This is what's keeping you in this space of gray. And then we move on to the House of Flowers, number 36, reducing to a 9, which is the Hermit card in the Major Arcana. The Hermit card talks about isolating ourselves away to have a spiritual awakening, to go through our dark night of the soul, to ask ourselves those really difficult questions. Who are we? What do we mean to the world? What do we mean to ourselves? What are our traumas? Do we have the ability to heal? Do we know that we're lovable? Can we forgive ourselves? Can we forgive others? Really difficult questions. It's almost like I see these, when you're in the hermit mode, right? You kind of retreat away from friends and family, and you're just kind of you might, be sitting right next to them, but you're very insular. You're not wearing all of your emotions on your chest. You're not expressing yourself outwardly because it's kind of like an inward growth, like an inward development. And I see there could be some family members or friends trying to help. See here, it's almost like this is a flower arrangement, and they're like, but I have something to contribute to your beautiful flowers. I have something to contribute to the person that is you, that I love. And it could be difficult for you right now to open up because you're going through this space of self-development, but spiritual self-development. 7 of Wands could be a sense of that blocking, right? 7 of Wands is all about, can be about defensiveness. A card of blocking, a card of defensiveness, a card of like, I don't want to have to sit here and explain myself. Isn't it really obvious on my face, on my body, what's going on? I mean, it might not be obvious to everybody. And to that, Spirit wants me to say it's a little unfair to think that it is obvious. Why? Because people are in their own worlds. Like, unless you're like an empath, people don't see. They're just in their own drama. It's not that they don't want to be there for you. Sometimes they don't know how to be there for you. So there could be a little bit of, in one sense, you trying to break free from these barriers, and in another sense, you kind of hiding behind them. Which I understand. Can I get a clarifier, please, Spirit, on the 7 of Wands? Why the defensiveness? Why the barrier? Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. So far, what you've seen on offer doesn't appeal to you. Knight of Pentacles. Knights come with messages. Pentacles energy is earth energy. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. It's the most reliable knight. Night of opportunities, of doors opening, of really tangible things in the material 3D world. But whatever this, I don't see this as your energy. I see this as somebody that's been trying to approach you, right? But you're putting up that barrier because it's just like, whatever it is that you're selling, I'm not interested. I have enough to deal with that I'm trying to figure out, that I'm trying to make sense because it doesn't make sense. And whatever you're approaching me with, no thank you. That's fine, that's your prerogative. We end the reading here with number 35, A Long Way Home, which reduces to an 8, the Strength card. Leo energy. major arcana, talking about a real mastery over our fears, over our ego-centered nature. The 8 is the number of the self, so it is a focus on the self right now, which makes sense. This is beautiful. I love this artwork. This artist is so talented. It's very surreal. There's an anchor, I don't know if you can see, at the bottom of this card. And the card is almost like, can flip it upside down, right side up. I'm noticing all of the string, or the rope, the kind of imagining if this was a real world scenario, all of the aircraft cable or whatever it would take to, it's like Up, right? That movie Up. What it would take to float this castle. There's so much effort that has been strategized, and so many things had to come together for there to be a kind of liftoff, and yet there's still this anchor here. We're anchored for the moment, but at any time, we could float in the air and float away. It's just all hinging on this moment. It's hinging on this moment. The card does say a long way home though, so it's felt like it's been a struggle to find, and yet it's clarified by the Queen of Cups. Cancer energy. Queen of Cups is generous and loving, kind, giving, empathetic, compassionate. Home is where the heart is. That's what Spirit just said. Home is where the heart is. This could be a new revelation to you, right? Home is where the heart is. I mean, it could be like a... Depends on how you look at it. Is it just a saying? Or is it actually true? Can I have a clarifier? Thank you. The Emperor. Major Arcana number 4. The Emperor, Divine Masculine, has the power of all 4 kings of the tarot. I wanted a clarifier for the Queen of Cups, and the Emperor came up. The sense that it's been a difficult process for you to let go of that stability because you like the sense of control. And here, after that jump, you have no control. And it's like you're weighing your options, knowing that the outcome could be potentially outstanding, could lift you away from this reality. Let's read from the book for the Threshold. Sorry, and Roman numerals throw me off. Threshold. The door, the gate, the initiation. We cross thresholds continually, consciously and unconsciously. Doorways, gates, and entryways grace our path on a daily basis. When this card arises, it signifies that the precipice you stand upon is not your typical one. However, you have arrived at a threshold of initiation, here to usher you into a new reality. It requires you to leave behind the you that you thought was so well formed. Right? They leave behind the you that you thought was so well formed. A new frontier calls. This is not easy work. Threshold initiation means a part of you will be lost in order to make space for what is next. A metaphorical death must occur. Some may not recognize you. You may struggle to recognize yourself. The ground seems to crumble as you free fall into your new reality. This is the liminal realm. One step, dear friend. Just take that one necessary step towards the future that calls you. And I feel as though one of those entryways is through your dreams. So the next time you're called to do something, thank you, Spirit. The next time you're called to do something courageous in your dreams, like take a leap, don't be afraid. Thank you, Spirit. Don't be afraid. Thank you, Spirit. That's your reading, Pisces. I hope that it resonated. If it did, please like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Please hit the bell notification to be notified as to when I post new readings. I'm sorry, Spirit just made me laugh. Take care.